Warts, frustrations and all revealed in this week's woodworking project, plus an aborted attempt to get to Carve Carrbridge. Welcome, we are Kath, Sue and Fudge. After living for 2.5 years in our motorhome, and with the help from the BBC's Escape to the Country, we found our forever home in the Highlands of Scotland, where we enjoy all it has to offer, including hiking, swimming, cycling and running. So why not join us in our post-retirement adventures? Good morning. We are absolutely amazed by how much there is to do in the Highlands in August, because we've just found out about this competition, the Scottish Open Chainsaw Carving Competition, which takes place in Carrbridge. It's called Carve Carrbridge, and we understand there's quite a lot of other activities going on as well. But about 20 competitors come from all over the world to create something amazing, and they have 4 hours to do it, and whatever they create gets judged. We've arrived in Carrbridge and there's really well organised parking at the Landmark Centre. There's even a bus that will take you down. It looks very old and rickety. We may see it along the way, but Sue and I will walk down because we've got Fudge with us. Well, I'm in, but can you believe it? Fudge was shaking as we were getting to the gate. And I think it's just the noise of the carvers. They do stop for lunch apparently in about 5 minutes. So I'm hoping Sue will be able to get in. She's got a wristband, so we paid for her to get in. Who knows? Fudge. And what Scottish fair would be complete without some piping? Sue's contacted me to say she was trying to get back in because the carving has stopped. But as soon as she gets near to the ground, Fudge is shaking again. So sadly, we're going to have to make an early exit from Carve Carrbridge. That's a lesson for next year. We'll have to leave Fudge at home. And as I was leaving, I got a glimpse of that beautiful old bus again that was shuttling people to and from the car park. Hello! Hello! Hiya! Hello, were you frightened? I forgot for you. Ready? Yes. There you go. Come on, let's go find Sue. Come on, let's go find Sue. That was the end of Carve Carrbridge, for us at least, but we'll be back next year. Well, the next section of this video was filmed over a couple of weeks. It's a lot of woodworking. It was my hardest project yet, and if I wasn't in such polite company, I think there'd have been a lot of swearing. Mistakes were made. But I'll share it all with you and you can see how I got on. Morning everyone. Well, we've had a very busy time recently with visitors, and after having a great weekend with Sue's mum and her nephews, it's back to normality again. So I've really missed the workshop. I've already cut some wood and I'm just going to make the 2 side pieces of, I think in the USA you'd probably call it a nightstand. Anyway, come and have a look what I'm up to. The first job was to drill all the pocket holes in the ends of the frame supports. and a couple in the sides, but just of those pieces that are going to be used to secure the cabinet top. Then it was time to glue and screw all the pieces together for one of the end frames, and of course repeat this for the second. Well, I've finished the two sides now, so before I do anything else I'm going to sand these down, and then I'll start to build the back of this, because I'm going to have a drawer in, so goodness knows how this will turn out. After sanding the side pieces down, I was ready to move on to create the back. Cut my pieces, and then I looked at them after I'd cut them all and thought, they look a bit short. Measured them again, I've cut them all too short. I'm going to have to stop and resume this project on another day when more wood arrives. I've decided to make a picture frame instead whilst I wait for the other wood to arrive. And that's because our friends, when they stayed, you might remember that from last week, as a thank you they brought us a picture from a local art and crafts fair. So I'm going to make a picture frame to fit that. I've just got to remember how I sort those measurements out. Then for some terrible sketches and some really poor maths, but I did get there in the end. I made a final check of the width of cut on my router bit, and once that was confirmed I could add that into my calculations. That's the cut. And that's it. It's a simple thing to make, isn't it? It's all glued up now and sitting in the band clamp that I have, or strap clamp, not quite sure what you call it, but this has been a really handy thing for making picture frames. It's probably good on boxes as well, just keeps all the corners square. Not bad, some pretty good joints there. I think I'm just getting a little bit better every time. Anyway, I've ordered my wood for the other project, and it normally takes a couple of days. I mean, it's Friday today, so it's probably not going to arrive till next week. So I'm just going to have to be patient. In the meantime, I got to cutting down some small pieces of ply, which I figured I would need for the drawer runners. I'll get on to that. You may have been wondering what I was just doing, but let me show you. I've just been cutting two pieces of 12mm ply, so that they're two strips, which together make 24mm. And why is that? It's because of this. This recess here is exactly 24mm, and I need to be able to have something for the drawer runners to attach. I'm going to have a drawer to attach onto. So my idea is, if I glue two pieces of 24mm ply together, 12mm ply together to make 24mm, I can just then attach that in the back and screw my drawer runners to this. Let's see if it works. It'll be a while before I can test it, because I'm still waiting for the extra wood to arrive, but it should be okay. By the magic of YouTube, I've been away, I've come back, and I've decided that I may as well put some primer on the two edges, just because, well, I can get things moving whilst I wait for the wood. So that's it, both now primed, and I've just about had enough primer left, so I'm really pleased about that. Just need to wait to dry, and then I probably won't paint the whole thing. I don't know. I'm just going to play it by ear, because I don't know how long the extra wood's going to take to arrive. Morning everyone. Well, I'm back in the workshop because, as you know, I've been trying to build this, what some would call a nightstand, and I keep doing the maths. I still haven't got all the wood I need, but what I thought I could busy myself with is making the drawer box. Now, as you will see by my juvenile type calculations with lots of crossings out, it's taken me a while to work out the proper dimensions. I think I've got it right. And I've got some 12mm ply, so I'm going to cut that board down now and start to put together a drawer box. I'll play it by ear. I'm not quite sure how to do the joinery yet. I might keep it really, really simple and just brad nail the whole thing together. Or I might use some pocket screws. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how we go when we get there. Well, my wood has arrived and I'm all set up now. I need to cook. Well, it's like cooking something, isn't it? No, I need to cut 6 lengths of wood, which will make the front and the back supports, and then 1 piece which will make a back panel, which is of a different kind of wood which I've already got. So I'm going to get on and do that now. Well, I've not started doing those pocket holes yet, and that's because I just wanted to do a complete dry fit without anything screwed or even holes made, just to make sure I've got everything about right. And I think I have, because millimetres count in this exercise. They really do. But it's looking okay, so I am now going to start to put some screws in place, well, some holes and then some screws. And I'll work out what order everything needs to go in. I'm quite pleased. Fingers crossed, so far. Now remember those bits of ply that I cut into strips to glue together? Well, this is me fitting them now, so I've got a place to secure the runners to. The important thing with this is because the runners are going to get screwed onto here, I need to make sure that I'd countersunk the places where I'm going to secure it. Now I'm trying to work out how I make sure when this is assembled that these two are completely level. Now I could assemble it and then get a leveler out, but they're going to be much more difficult to fit when it's all assembled together. Not impossible, but just a bit more tricky. So I think what I'm going to try to do is see if I can get a straight edge across here with everything lined up flush, and then in theory it should be right. Let's see. I decided against that. I think it's a bit too risky. So I'm going to assemble the back on first with the side supports, and then I'm going to fit the inside of the bracket. I think that's a bit safer. With the carcass of the cabinet stood up, I held the drawer runner in place, making sure I marked where the front of it would need to come to. I also marked 3 or 4 of the holes along the length of the runner. I used a level throughout and then removed the runner and drew a line all along the length of the marks I'd made. After first drilling some pilot holes, it was really easy to attach the runner using the line that I'd drawn, knowing that it would be level. Then all I had to do was attach the 3rd section of the drawer runners to the drawer box. And then this is where it all just went a little bit wrong. I'm back again, another day in paradise. Now I finished putting the side supports on that. You saw me, I think, fiddling with the drawer box. I'm going to try again now, because it occurred to me that it might not have been square without those other, well, front supports. We'll see. Wish me luck. Here we go again. Can she do it? Can she do it? Oh, another fail. Right, so I've worked out the problem is it's catching here. So I think I've got to either drop, this is out of line as well, I can see that now, so I'm going to get that back in line, and I might even raise this slightly at this end. Back to the drawing board. Yes! Oh, beautiful. Oh, thank God. Well, that was a major lesson for me, and I expect those of you who are into woodwork who'll be watching this were probably screaming at your phone or your TV screen saying, Kath, there's not enough clearance at the bottom, because that's what the problem was. So everything was level, but it was just getting caught at the bottom. How stupid. And now it's time to cut the wood to make the drawer front. Let's check it fits. In order to attach the drawer front, I first of all screwed it from the inside. I then marked the position of the centre from the outside, drilled a hole big enough for the bolt to go through that would attach the drawer handle. Then cut down the bolt so it was the right length for the thickness of wood it was going through. Now time to make the top of the cabinet. First, some pocket holes in the centre of the wood to help secure them together. Then glue up, clamp into place and screw together using the pocket hole screws. And finally, a lot of sanding to make it nice and smooth. Then there's the bit that I like the least, which is priming and painting, making it all look pretty. Oh, and I forgot to say, I did cut out a piece to make a bottom shelf, and I just used 12mm ply for this and then notched the corners out to make it fit. Morning. Now I've made some significant progress over the last few days with my cabinet build, so all I'm waiting for now is things to dry and a few final coats of varnish, and then I'll be putting the whole thing together. Quite excited about this one. I mean, I'm excited about them all, obviously, because they're such good fun, but this one feels like it's been a bit more of a feat of problem solving along the way. Good morning. This is it. This is the day I can take the clamps off, hopefully the drawer goes back in, and I can move this inside. I'm quite proud of myself for this one. First time with drawer. Once again, I emphasise this is definitely not perfect, but I was really pleased with my first attempt of making a cabinet like this with a drawer, and I hope you'll agree, I think it looked great in its final position and fits in really well with the table I made when I first moved here. Well, I realised there was a lot of woodworking in this video, so if you thought it was a bit too much, let me know in the comments below. I'm always a bit unsure how to edit that stuff because I end up with loads of content. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it anyway, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.